Here you can find the most up-to-date numbers of nuclear reactors worldwide. World Nuclear Power Reactor Table. Delayed nuclear restarts in Japan still have crucial impact on demand side. The reality is that today the uranium market is oversupplied, and many long-time uranium investors admit they were too early to call the beginning of the bull market during 2015-2016. The expectation was that Japan will turn on their reactors at much faster pace. So today there is approximately 10 to 12% more supply than demand, and we may also not see the impact of Japanese nuclear restarts immediately as they continued to build inventories during the shutdown. Japanese utilities are now holding somewhere between 60 to 80 million pounds more uranium stockpiles than they need, even if they restart the reactors. Of Japan's 48 operable reactors, 5 units have resumed commercial operation after meeting revised post-Fukushima regulatory standards: Takahama 3 and 4, Akata 3 and Sendai 1 and 2. 7 reactors have cleared safety examinations under the revised standards, and work towards their restart is progressing. The timing of uranium price recovery will be a function of Japanese restarts, as they accounted for 13% of world uranium demand before Fukushima. 3. Supply-side destruction guaranteed at current uranium prices. The crucial news came out of Kazakhstan in January 2017 from the world's biggest uranium producer Kazatomprom, with the announcement of 10% production cut due to market oversupply. Chairman of the Management Board of NAC Kazatomprom JSC Askarju Magayev announced today that due to the prolonged restoration in the uranium market, uranium production, planned in the Republic of Kazakhstan for 2017 will be reduced by approximately 10%. The reduction will be over 2,000 tons of uranium, more than 5 million pounds of U-308 of the planned production of 2017. Overall, this equals 3% of the total world uranium production. Chairman of the Management Board of Kazatomprom Askarju Magayev said while the prospects of nuclear energy continue to grow as confidently as it has been for many years, the glut of supply will be the reality of the uranium market in the nearest future. Kazatomprom and its joint venture partners had to make responsible decisions in light of these market challenges. It will be better for our shareholders and stakeholders that these strategic Kazakhstan resources remain in the bowels of the earth for the time being, rather than adding to the current oversupply situation. Uranium will instead be realized under more favorable market conditions in the coming years. This was the desired development and strong signal for uranium market. It shows that it is not economically viable to expand production at current uranium prices, or to further support the temporary supply glut coming primarily from Japan, where the nuclear plants are coming online very slowly. Currently, no producer on the planet is covering production costs in the low $20 pound range. The International Energy Agency estimates that the global total cost to produce a pound of uranium today is about $60. So, worldwide, we spend $60 a pound to make uranium and we sell it for $20 a pound. What this means is that the industry is in liquidation. Why would anybody invest in an industry in liquidation? How much should one pay for the privilege of losing $36 a pound on volume? The reason is, of course, that either the uranium price goes up or the lights go out. Well, uranium is a politically unpalatable source of energy. It's a widespread source of energy, nonetheless, responsible at the present time for between 15% and 16% of total U.S. baseload demand after 2 decades of very strong investment in a variety of alternatives including wind, solar and natural gas. While it's a politically unpopular form of energy, it's a necessary form of energy. And I would submit to you that within the intermediate term time frame, that is, the 3 to 5 year time frame, we have 2 expectations. One alternative is that the price of uranium goes up to the cost of production, and the other is that the lights go out. And my suspicion is that it will be the former rather than the latter. Source: Rick Rule. Rick Rule on uranium early means wrong, unless inventories in 2016 utilities were holding globally about 770 million pounds of U-308, compared to the current annual demand of 174 million pounds. This translates to 4.4 years of demand. However, China is estimated to hold approximately 40% of this inventory, given that the country plans to grow its nuclear energy generation from the current 30 gigawatts of electric capacity to 130 GWE by 2030 and 240 GWE by 2050, according to the World Nuclear Association (WNA). If we exclude China with their inventory, then the utilities worldwide hold around 2.9 years of inventory, what is within the historical inventory levels between 2 and 3 years. Secondary supply. Primary mine production supplies approximately 86% of current demand. The balance of demand is supplied from secondary sources such as commercial inventories, reprocessing of spent fuel, sales by uranium enrichers, and inventories held by governments, in particular, the U.S. Department of Energy. Approximately 1/3 of the secondary supply is now attributed to Japan's shutdown. Looking ahead, UXC expects that secondary sources of supply will fall from 2016 levels of £45.9 million U3O8 per year to only £30.7 million U3O8 per year by 2025. More detailed analysis of secondary supply can be found in the interview with Daniel Major, Chief Executive Officer, Govix Uranium.